Smart Nonsense podcast where we talk about smart nonsense.
Nice, dude. Nice. A little gassed, but we'll take it.
No, you were setting up your set. I think other than the cabinet behind you that looks like a college dorm cabinet,
Really? Fuck, dude.
it's looking nice.
We
College,
can put up pictures.
Is it a college dorm cabinet? We're not going to put up
Actually,
pictures.
it kind of does now that you say that. No, I built it myself with my own hands, I should say. I got out drill, fucking
Drilly?
whatever you call that thing. I drilled, I hammered, a little dinky hammer. It's like one of those ones with rubber, so I wouldn't hurt myself. But I made it, dude. I actually fucked it up a little bit, but it's cool because it's college fucking dorm furniture, dude. I was feeling really good coming into the call about my setup, my suicide closet. That
no, come on! I was just making a joke.
Fuck, dude. I literally texted all my buddies yesterday. I'm like, dude, this shit's so cozy. And then first thing, nice college dorm, you fucking loser. That's cool, dude.
The light on the ground bouncing off of it drew attention to it.
Yeah. Also got this light bouncing off the window I was trying to fix, but can't have a perfect podcast, dude. That's for 2025. If we still say the dates, we might be up to date.
We're getting close. It's December 20th, 2024. I'm just happy to be here because I didn't think I was going to make it to today's pod. I had a nasty headache all morning.
It's like I'm watching this show right now. It's called Landman. And dude, it's like guys working on oil rigs, and just like every episode someone gets blown up. And you're like, dude, didn't think I could make it to the podcast. I'm glad you hit record, dude, and we're here. And you did a great intro. Fuck, do we talk about personal life? Hold on, I had a bunch.
Well, yeah,
birth control. Fuck. No, dude.
We
just
can
the
talk,
girl I'm stalking. She's really in. Fuck. No, maybe I shouldn't.
Probably don't want to talk about it.
Let me bury that, even though we put it in the hook. Hold on. Fuck, dude. You didn't give me time for FOD. Business.
Just,
business.
Yeah, we could start with maybe just how your day's going.
How are my days going? Dude, here's the problem with my days.
No.
I literally
not negative Nelly.
Sorry.
I
don't know, dude. I just haven't started my day. It's 5 p.m. I got Krish waiting on me. I couldn't do anything yesterday. I got hockey in a couple hours, doubleheader again. Devils doubleheader, so I got an 8:30 and 11:30.
The darkness, the 4 p.m. darkness does not help, I will say.
No, it actually does. That I'm going to make a case for. Because when it's bright out, I'm a sunflower. Okay. Everyone knows that. I love that phrase. And when I'm a sunflower, I'm not an effective employee because I'm a sunflower. So the only way to get me in here, working with me hands, is if it's dark outside, because I can't photosynthesize. Okay. Got grow lamps all over this fucking place now. So I think it's really good because I just have zero FOMO. I get bummed when I come into the office late, and then I hear all the yip yapping out in the street, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of people having a lot of fun, and I'm up here just fucking God knows what I'm doing. Really
building cabinets,
videos, building cabinets that are for fucking 18-year-olds, but that's fine. No, I think it's important that your workspace feels like home.
I was just watching because I'm now in charge of rolling all these podcasts out, and I was watching the one where right in the hook, I was laughing at you because in your 200 square foot studio closet, you had like 15 seats, places to sit. The couch,
Dude,
the chair, the other chair, the desk.
Honestly, the most seated place is my bike.
That's what you said in this episode too.
Really?
You
It's
said 2 for
crazy.
73 is a seat, and people come in here and just sit on it.
Yeah, all the time. It's like the default, probably because it's the farthest one from me.
Wow.
Um, to give some safe space.
And that was
But
like 6 months ago.
yeah, dude, Lindy, I guess. Look at that transition. Um, no, I don't know if I want to talk about contraception this early, but fuck, dude. I mean, dude,
Well,
smart
what are you seeing?
nonsense.
What are you thinking?
Well, I just think the world's just got a lot of midwits, and I don't know. I'm gonna change my mind in 6 months, and we'll see how that goes. But right now, I think we don't realize that we're guinea pigs. We're just a lot of guinea pigs, and people are like, because we're born in like 2000 or whatever, roughly, and we're like, oh, I just assumed birth control was around forever, and everyone's always been doing it, so it's like safe, but like the pill is like 70 years old, maybe, like probably closer to 50. And like IUDs, I don't know when those started, but those are pretty recent. It's like every chick nowadays is like basically just getting her body tested on and like, oh, who knows if there are negative consequences. And now a lot of girls are like against it. Um, why am I talking about this? Great question. Okay. But doesn't have to do with any of the prior pods.
No, but
He's
these are
stalking people and learning about things.
these are the things you're learning as a sunflower.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck. I
Yeah.
listened to, it was like How It Works podcast or something on the pill, and it was also two dudes talking about it. So it's really funny. And also in our group chat, um, well, it's also a weird group chat now because I'm not friends with anyone else in it. But I sent like, hey, I think circumcision's crazy. Like I don't know if you guys realized, but pretty fucking nuts that we do that. All for reasons that don't really make sense. But you can't get out of it because it's like English as a language. Like too many people do it, so now it's weird if you don't speak it or cut it. The other point though was I bring up, I said I'm radicalizing, and then I'm like, so that's one red flag. People get nervous because I'm already radical. Uh, and then I say like I think I'm anti-birth control or something like that.
No, you didn't say that.
Or birth
Well,
control is crazy. I forget what I said.
maybe you're saying that now.
Oh, well, I don't know
You
what I
said
said in
birth
the
control
chat.
is fucked. You said birth control
Oh,
is
okay.
fucked.
Okay. Birth control is fucked. And then like our PC friend, we call PC principal, PCP, he comes back with OGs. And so like what's funny, I guess, to me is like people just assume because I say birth control is fucked, I'm about to say some really like man-centric take. But then I love putting the little spin on it and be like, hey, dude, I just know a lot of girls because I'm really friendly to girls. And they're not really about it. A lot of negative side effects. And he's like, oh, I thought he was going like anti-pro-choice. And turns out he's actually on their side. He's with her.
The
And
proest of he's with her. Yeah.
um, and then it got dicey though. Then it's like, okay, who takes the birth control? Where are we? I don't know why we're talking about this anymore. But
Oh.
I don't know.
Um.
Um,
I bet.
I tied it all back to religion at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
that's good. That's good. And Tomas just agreed with you.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, he didn't. He said IUDs are really good. I
But
don't know
but
anything about this topic.
hold on. No. One point. I think it's kind of my like new anti-medical establishment
Oh,
feeling. I think like a lot of doctors, because you're so in medicine, uh you just assume that like whatever they teach you in med school is safe, or like because one trial did it that it's safe, versus just being like, hey, the default, like I think like the overprescription thing kind of defaults to this. And I don't know, like IUDs are new, so who the fuck knows? Like Tom's saying no, they're good. It's like, well, you really don't know because we started them like 20 years ago or whatever. I don't actually know when they started, but point is that's for you to decide. But really, for me, it's a lot of new things. It's like the default should be to say no. Maybe that's because I'm a conservative, I guess. Is that what you call that now?
Contrarian?
Versus, or like, I'm more like, hey, the best world is like a lot of the old world. We can't ignore that. And okay, so when I go down the Lindy man, hold on,
Yeah,
dude. When I go down the Lindy man rabbit hole, where I was getting, and it's getting hot in here. I don't know if that's me or the suicide closet, but we're talking about female birth control. But he makes the point. He's like, hey, it's kind of like condoms. Fuck, dude. I really hate taking this side now. Condoms. It's
Come
like,
on, it's just an idea lab here.
yeah,
You're free to say whatever you want. I won't judge you.
Am I safe? Okay, all right. It's condoms are like basically propaganda. His take. Let me put this on him versus me. His take is the pullout method is 100% safe, and that the like big condom basically invented this idea of pre-cum, which like can't get you actually pregnant. Like that's not a thing. Which I haven't done the research. I got a Scientific American paper up on my laptop, ready to go after research. This. I could, but we had a long call before this. So this is the unresearched,
different kind of research.
Me just going off Twitter propaganda. But it's something I'm really curious about.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the purpose of life is procreation, and so it's a big part that no one wants to talk about because it's weird. But like birth control in all forms, guys and girls, is a little bit weird. And then the ultimate point was like, what if we just only had sex with people we want to get married to or are married to? And now I found God.
And now he's religious. Yeah. That's,
sorry to fucking
that.
Throw that
whoa,
out.
Yeah, whoa.
My bad. Well,
no.
It's I'm saying this because a couple people that are important in my life recently in the last year or two. Actually, I feel like every girl I've known like comes to this conclusion of like, yo, I'm kind of fucked when I'm on like the pill, or IUDs seem to be more chill, but who knows? It's more like just a big fucking.
They're more expensive.
Oh, what's also crazy is
less
like
prevalent.
I didn't realize what the pill is actually doing. Do you know what it actually does?
Probably pumps you with a bunch of hormones that stop you from ovulating.
Oh, God, I don't know if you can see how much I'm sweating.
Well, you're a little bit outside your area of expertise here.
Well, I also got 30 heat lamps on me, which does not help, dude.
Sunflower. So what does the pill do? Did I get it right?
I forget the hormones other than estrogen. There's like one other, I think. But it's basically telling your body you're pregnant all the time.
Oh, okay.
So when your body... Oh, fuck, I'm going in over my head now. I just got the headline.
Give it a shot.
But like, well, what happens to get you pregnant? You drop an egg. So I think it's telling your body like you don't need to drop an egg, maybe. That could be totally fake. But it's just like convincing your body that it's already in the process of making a baby, so don't try and make a baby, which is like a really weird state to exist in for like a decade or more. And it's like, how do you assume, like, why would you like opt into that? It just seems like such a fucked up experiment to take. But the only reason why we do it is because everyone else is doing it, and we're like born when everyone was doing it, so we don't realize how recent it is. And we just accept it because it's like doctors say it, but like doctors don't know anything because they're just brainwashed that science makes sense, but they ignore time in their science. So
and also all kinds of incentives, right? That's kind of the issue with like big pharma in general. It's like the doctors. Well, that was the issue with the opioid epidemic. Is like they were incentivized to prescribe this stuff, get it filled, make a bunch of money.
I think that's where like a lot of my takes are going, is like there's so much money at stake and like so much ability to just convince people with like propaganda type stuff. Like we can make a short on anything and like it could be completely false, but like we get 10 million views and it's like
marketing.
Awesome.
Dude, the food pyramid, milk,
right?
cheese.
We brought that up. I'm like, dude, it kind of like I know the whole like 2016 Trump thing, like the fake news was like, what the fuck? What is that guy saying? But I'm like, God damn, I kind of like distrust the world a lot more. And like the conclusion I come to is the only thing you can really trust is time. What's been around for a while and like hasn't had negative consequences. So that's kind of my default state. And anything beyond that, like it shouldn't be like a opt out. Like the pill is kind of like an opt out. Like girls are expected to be on some form of birth control, and then like only if they're radical do they be like, no, I don't want anything. Um, but it should be the other way around.
Dude, great segment.
Yeah,
Absolutely
not well
phenomenal segment.
researched.
No.
But I think the point with Lindy is you don't really need that much research. It's just kind of being a little bit like skeptical about anything because there's big players, big incentives everywhere, and people don't really know how to assess safety when it's so new. Did I have anything else? Fuck, that was funny and then sad, and then I don't know where we ended there.
I think we ended like I think we ended in a good place.
Okay.
Yeah, on the funny sad roller coaster. And
Okay.
the getting hot.
Yeah, I
God.
cooled down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that was a personal problem. Um,
What other things are going on in your
right,
life?
because it's all on me, huh? Fuck, dude.
We could play the game where I choose one.
Oh, well, I thought I had a lot of FOD, but then I'm kind of, I don't like some of them now.
Yeah, that happens.
Well, okay, one of my FODs. I don't know how good this one is, but it's kind of like, I guess there are a lot of decisions in life that to Bezos is like one-way door versus two-way doors, like the reversible versus irreversible. Like the basically most decisions are reversible, so we should just act a lot faster. But what I kind of realize is inertia is a bitch. She's a really big bitch. And once you get something started, it's really hard to stop. So kind of like these small decisions that seem reversible are actually pretty much irreversible. Example, like Dird, the character, like his shape, we kind of just on a whim in like a day just had 20 examples and we're like, this one looks funny, let's go with that one. And now he is like our entire IP for the rest of time. And like we could change him, but it has so much inertia that we just don't want to. We're changing his name maybe, which is even that's hard to do. But like I see so
Yeah,
many
it's
decisions like
interesting.
that, whether it's like relationships, business, like where you're living. That was like the qualm when you were like,
Yeah, I guess in the Dirt case, it's like okay, it started as a reversible decision, and then it's like it was working. He works. People
right.
like him.
So
And
why?
then the inertia really kicks in.
Yeah. Right. You don't have inertia. Oh, that's actually interesting.
Right? Because at the beginning, we could have said, this is a reversible decision. We put him out into the world as
But
fast as possible, and our stuff doesn't take off. Great. Close it down. On to the next thing.
granted, I got a lot of flack. Even looking at Dirt now, like my mom's always been like, why has he got a cockhead? Can you take off the cockhead? And I'm like, no, that's just his look. But now we look at him
Right.
because we kind of made the cuter version. And so like I don't know if it was like I wouldn't say it was succeeding. I think just like the general idea of a character people liked because it's just fun and you don't see that on shorts. And then like we just kind of associate the two. It's like, oh, it's because he's got the cockhead. It's like, I don't, maybe in spite of. Um, but yeah, like same thing. I think it first came up this topic when I saw My First Million, who we started their video stuff maybe 3 years ago or something like that.
4.
And I think it was 2021 January, February.
It
So
was
what
the
does that
fall
make
of
it? That
2020.
makes it 4.
It was the fall of 2020.
Oh,
It's when
okay.
we all
Wow,
moved in
fuck.
together.
Nice. 4 years ago, like basically we like started their long form and we put these stupid like white frames on their split screen on their YouTube video, and they still have these stupid white frames which no one else has on YouTube, and it just like it doesn't look good at all. It's just like we did it, and then the next agency was like, all right, we'll just keep doing what they did, and then probably the next agency, and now they just have it 4 years later. It's like, dude, that was just stupid.
That yeah.
So I
That
don't
one's
like.
even worse because they didn't make the decision originally.
Yeah.
They have that's like bureaucracy. They have the inertia of like a stupid decision we made. Where now, if we were still working for them, we'd be like, "This is really stupid. We need to unwind that and
And it
fix it."
wouldn't be hard to unwind, but like it won't unwind unless there's like someone that really wants to, which I guess is the point. Well,
I guess the most
I also think,
important things become unwound. Like we did get to Dirt eventually. We fixed his head, put it on the other side, made it make sense.
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess if it's
And
working, it stays to some
it's
degree.
working, and then well, I think at any given time you have like a list of priorities maybe, and if the Dirt thing was working and 5 other things were priority, and then you fix kind of all of the, I don't know, it's just like an ongoing
Yeah.
decisions made. Yes, there's inertia, but this other thing's a priority. Fix, fix, fix. Okay, let's, kind of get back to that broken inertia
Huh.
thing.
Okay, so maybe my point's stupid,
No,
but that
no. I think foundationally it's interesting. I agree. Like it's very hard to. It takes discipline to reverse a reversible decision,
yeah. Well, now even with the name Smart Nonsense, it's always bugged me because it's 2 words and nonsense is a long
and we're
word,
gonna
but
fix
like the
it.
vibe feels right. Yeah, maybe, but it's really hard to fix. So I guess it's just one of those. Yeah, it seems reversible at the start, but like it just like compoundingly becomes a lot harder to change later on. Which I don't think people appreciate, which can work in your favor. Like I think a really cool thing, for example, is like your brother Jack coming to work with us. Uh, like he's kind of a go with the flow, whatever happens. So it's just nice that like timing and stuff was able to work out in like a rough gap he gets in, and like I think he'll be with us forever. But like it was really easy to miss that opportunity. Um, what's my point? Maybe I'm losing track of things, but uh, I don't know. I don't know. But I think people sleep on uh, how hard it is to upend something once it's going, and how like little decisions will probably stay around for a long time if it's not overtly not working.
Hmm.
Maybe that's the point. It'll only stop if it's like very clearly bad.
Yeah, I think that gets to my priority point, which is you just kind of attack the most broken things.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't know how you could have something be perfect from the start or just like perfect forever. I think that's what I'm realizing about business, especially when you talk to other people that work at other places. It's just like shit's just kind of a mess all the time.
Well, if you're a good company, you're going into uncharted territory constantly, where it's like that's always going to be mayhem. So like you're only basically if it's not hair on fire craziness all the time, you're probably a bad company because it means you're not innovating.
Just comfortable.
Yeah. Which is cool. Which is cool. Let me see if I got one more.
That was good. I felt like I learned
Oh,
something.
wow.
I felt like I learned
Well,
something
I
on that.
feel like I learned less actually. Um
Talked yourself out of it. No,
uh
Idea Lab at the Smart
fuck,
Nonsense
did you have
podcast.
some should I ask you about your day? I don't know.
Um,
I definitely got a bunch of things
I
in
told
here.
you about
Just
my day. It was
can't read.
terrible because I had a splitting headache because I had too many sugary soju's last night. That was really not
Oh,
fun. I'll tell you what I learned today. That old
okay.
adage, the healthy man wants 10,000 things, but the sick man
Mm,
just wants one. I
nice.
just wanted to not have a headache today. That's what I wanted. Yeah.
Nice.
So, I haven't really gotten back in the habit of writing down smart nonsense threads, but I will.
Okay. All
I
right.
will.
It's all right. You're a new CEO. That'll be good.
Uh, the last one I wrote down, which is probably from
Oh,
last weekend, I wrote getting on these smart house optimizations now. I understand the whole house hub thing. Hey Siri, clean. Well, I'm not gonna say it because she's gonna do it. That's the last thread I wrote down.
okay. Well, all
Putting
right. Let me
putting
see.
shortcuts on my iPhone.
Um, I wanted. Is there goo anywhere? I don't know if there's goo. Can't go searching for it. But The only business thing that I was thinking of recently is us talking about like uh right now smart nonsense is basically subsidized largely. Thankfully your channel makes a decent amount of money, but it's subsidized largely from like Clipped, and I guess that's pretty much it. And agency stuff. But it'd be really cool in terms of flywheels, like basically getting the unit economics to where if one editor can pay for themselves, there's no reason why we shouldn't have 100 editors like working on our stuff. But right now, because it's a subsidized system and each editor unit economics wise loses money, uh, it's basically we're at the whim of like how much extra cash does Jack want to give us to work on this stuff and like believe that it's building brand. Um, so I guess that's kind of our push right now is like if we figure out if we crack that unit economics, then it would be really good. But the only way we're planning on cracking it is through AdSense, which can work really well because our friend and client Zach D Films, who's probably like the biggest shorts creator on YouTube, but also is pretty much invisible. Like I don't know why Colin and Samir
Yeah,
haven't
it's
talked to him because
so
he's getting stupid numbers. It's so weird how that works. Like why isn't he mainstream?
he's the
I,
Mr. Beast of shorts, in my opinion. He does 2.5
I
billion views a
almost
month.
it's probably an objective. It's not even an opinion. Like I don't know who's bigger than him. At least that's American. Um,
Yeah.
So yeah, he's making whatever 10 times or more, 20 times what we are on shorts. So it's like, okay, we could just go that AdSense route and just try and like make more viral content and put out a lot more of it. Um, but my one consideration is like, is there a way for us to as we go from like smart nonsense to potentially learning as what the actual brand is, like learning made silly. Um, is there some sort of business model that allows us to be self-sustaining and do that like one editor costs 2 grand but brings in 3 grand and then we can just hire forever because we just want to make more money. um
For one, how freaking cool is AdSense where if you just
right,
make stuff on YouTube that people watch,
effortless.
money just shows up in your bank.
Yeah, it is interest
It's
like the money. What is it, like 15 cents per 1,000 people that watch?
yeah.
It's also kind of funny, like we didn't realize. I think we kind of knew it, but we never focused on it. Where it's paying you purely off of views. Like YouTube is going to show an ad 1 in 5 videos or whatever it is, so they don't care how long your video is. And we've always been like, hey, we're going to maximize the video time because like we can keep retention with our storytelling, and it's going to like guarantee the most views for a short. But that comes at the expense of like now we're making a video that's twice, 3 times as long as the average short. So it's a lot harder to make those, and only views count. So like basically, if we cut from a minute down to say 30 seconds, now we just double our revenue immediately. Or and who knows what that does to profits? Probably quadruples or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, and then
super cool, but also like 15 cents per 1,000 views is like
well, I also think it's only going to go up. So when YouTube
yeah,
started monetization on shorts, it was 2 cents per thousand, and we're like, this could never work as a business. So we had to be subsidized by
right,
Clipped and other stuff, and we're like, all right, we're just investing in making a brand. It'll probably pay off eventually. Then it kind of started to because I mean, well, for one, we could do branded stuff and make bank, but we just don't really want to because we want to sell our own products. Um, what was I saying though? Oh, so it kind of starts paying for itself. By the time we had established a big enough brand, your friend from CeraVe comes to us and is like, we want you to do smart nonsense style stuff for CeraVe. Those are huge 6-figure deals. Great. At the same time, YouTube AdSense goes from 2 cents to 15 cents in the last few months. And so then the path
right,
to actually just making money off of AdSense was so straightforward. And with AdSense, you don't have
yeah,
to talk to anybody else. You don't have to cut the big deals. You don't have to service the big clients. Um, so that's why my motivation, at least, is like we there's a formula with AdSense right now. We have it within our
right.
current team to unlock that formula and become break even, and then everything else will be.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, like all the other stuff is like, oh, we now have a big audience that we can push to this video game SAT thing we're launching or Clipped or whatever. And it's like that's
that's
all
the
icing on the cake.
business. The bigger the audience, the more social proof for big high ticket clients like CeraVe. That's kind of like the Gary
Yeah.
V, Zach
So
King.
yeah, it's a good point where like, okay, so say in my head, another like route that we could take is, okay, let's send people to learning.com, and then there we're gonna have, I don't know, you could have some paid tier of like extra good content or whatever it is. But then that's kind of like detracting. Now the focus is on making that website really good, which could also be a good thing to have. But like, it's just a different prioritization. The incentive is to make the website really good versus like if you're just focused on views and growing the biggest audience because you're paid off of views, then like that is
Yeah,
just
that is
your North
kind
Star
of
and you're
nice.
focused on that.
I told
It's
you too, like I like the Mark Rober model of make as much free content as you physically can for as long as like Mark Rober basically made videos he liked, free videos about fun engineering for 12 years. And in doing so, he had created so much trust and then demand, like for him to do something, sell something, that he spins up Crunch Labs, which was the perfect fit for his audience, little subscription box to make engineering toys.
yeah,
And that's like a 40 in a year or two, like a 40-50 million dollar ARR business.
right. So you're
So
saying,
he just had faith in the like, I'm just going to give for as long as I physically can. And then
when do you
like,
transition?
I don't know. I mean, I think we're about to with like
Yeah,
Brain Blast and
I
Learny.
yeah, I think one of the interesting things is like I don't know if it's good to force things, but kind of the route we've been taking is like don't force it. It's like, hey, just keep building the cool big audience thing, and like people will start to gravitate towards you. Like the magnet will start to work, and then yeah, this video game thing comes in. So it's like, okay, we're gonna build that. Who
We
knows
don't
what the
make
next one might be?
we don't make any money off Zach D films. We do all of his stuff at cost for a bunch of different reasons. Like my brother just doesn't kind of want his team of editors on our payroll because it's a very specific kind of editor. Whatever. The reason Zach D films has 10 editors with us is because I
10
emailed him.
editors with I didn't know
Yeah, we
that.
make no
Okay,
money off of it.
that's funny.
Um, it's because I emailed him hi from a fellow YouTuber and
Right.
had all this social proof and was like, this is what I do with my team. And he was like, oh yeah, that's like, so there's like a level of access we get from having
Yeah.
audio. Like we can kind of reach out and talk to anybody,
Yeah.
um, which
And
is
it's good for IP and brand and stuff. I'm constantly like baffled by SpongeBob and the IP there. Like literally every day, it's like a meme or two from random people that have
but
SpongeBob in it.
that's 25 years,
Well, yeah,
25
yeah, and so
that
that's
it's
kind
just,
of why. Yeah, I do agree that just pumping like pure views with the idea that it's pumping towards IP, like that is a good route, and then we figure out what to do with the IP like when it comes, so we don't have to force it. Um, I think that's I think that's good. I was just wondering. I guess I'm wondering if there's a faster path to making each editor worth more than they cost, and then maybe that actually helps us hire a lot more editors faster. So it's better than just doing the AdSense route. Because AdSense route, we basically like, who knows if it'll actually work and it'll be break even. Versus if we somehow make editors more profitable today, that means we could have 100 editors and we actually end up accomplishing both goals faster. If that makes sense, because we can hire more editors because we have more money, and then we end
yeah.
up getting more views, and that's like its own
And
flywheel.
we probably will. Um, our pipeline right now for content is fairly broken. And so bringing in more editors and more cost to that right now is like,
Yeah.
it would just be mayhem. But we're getting
I
really
do.
close to it not being broken.
Rober would. I do still think like the paid ads, the paid shorts. That is always still interesting. We've always been against it, but like
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
easy, that is cool.
That's kind of
And
why I'm
it's all
like
profit.
curious. We're bringing on this guy Sam to basically run our agency, we think. I'd be kind of curious for him to sit in as like a manager of sorts because like Mark Rober, he basically funded the entire front end of his channel with sponsored stuff, made a ton of money doing that, but then phased off of that into his own product when he had it. It's like you can do
Yeah.
both.
And
We
AdSense
can
has
and
been there the
totally
whole time.
should be doing sponsored stuff for now until we have a better product.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's all about like trust, and you don't want to just like shill stuff.
Yeah, but I think our ratio is fucking absurd. It's probably like 500 videos to one CeraVe right now.
Right.
It should be 10 to
We should
1.
probably doing at least one a month, one like 50 grand video a month or something.
Yeah.
It's
So yeah,
so
maybe
easy. It's
that's
so
the route.
easy.
But we just need someone to
And
do
when
that.
we did that CeraVe ad, every comment was like slickest ad ever, best ad on YouTube. I didn't even think this was an ad. Like,
Right.
I think we can do them really well.
Yeah.
And
So
then
I'm
I was
glad you're
telling you, because I'm the CEO of Smart Nonsense
Yeah.
Media, I was telling you in 2025, like, if we can really get our unit economics right, spin up our machines, do the long form stuff, figure out this damn podcast, the kind of ad reads we can do for our products. Like I've made some like mini movies, some
Yeah,
long form stuff where I'm
Aries
just
are
like
good.
at the end of the at the end of the video, it's just like, hey, did you see this awesome edit? Did you like it? Okay, hire our editors on clip.co.
Yeah.
And then those
Really good
ads live
actor and
forever. It's
CEO,
all
dude.
yeah.
Really good.
So we're gonna
So
dial it. We're gonna dial it in, Pop.
yeah, flywheels are fun, I guess is the point, and we're gonna figure it out soon. So we'll be like Zach D, but maybe get interviewed because we have IP. And I
That's
see
a
that that
thread
way.
for another pod, which is
Yeah,
the like ignoring of shorts creators.
yeah. Very strange because TikTokers didn't have that. It's just like shorts. You're also big on TikTok. I'm surprised. Do you
No,
get
I
DMs
don't.
of people?
No, not really.
Like you don't
And I
get
don't want to. Like,
emails?
I don't need to go on Colin and Samir.
But
But I'm
we
like,
found Krishna because we went on a business
yeah,
podcast.
sure. I'm just
So
like your point. Like, how is nobody talking about Zach D films?
yeah,
It's weird.
and he's even on Twitter. Like people will tag his stuff there. Like it's just everywhere. Something suspicious, and I don't like it. But it means it's super undervalued.
Yeah, I just think there's like for some reason there's not a lot of
Oh,
credibility for
but
short form creators
how
until
often
you
do you get recognized in Chicago?
never. But
Yeah,
I think that's I think that's a I think it has to do with shorts. Oh wow. In the 40th minute.
I've had just curious.
The consumption method of shorts, right? You're just scrolling. You don't fall in love with creators versus like if you choose to go to a creator's page and watch all of their stuff, you're going to know them and recognize them. Also, I'll say we generously, we're only
Oh,
our face is only on our shorts for like 5 or 10 seconds. Like most of our
yeah,
short is post production. I kind of like,
that's dude.
I don't want to be recognized, to be clear.
Yeah, yeah. I think, and that's the direction we'll probably end up going is phasing to full, kind of like the Zach D route where he was
Yeah.
on screen at first. But that's what's kind of funny is, granted it only happened once a year ago, but when my buddy was wearing the Dird jersey and like Dird's face got recognized, and he's like, "Yo, is that the guy from Smart Nonsense?" And like Dird is on screen more than us generously, so he's more of a celebrity, which is the ideal because we can do whatever the fuck we want to him because he's our robot slave IP. Oh, and then robot slave IP.
Oh, and on robot slave IP.